What's up guys, Aaron Benjamin here for another video. As usual, I'm here with my good friend Ty. Lately on my channel, we've been focusing a lot on the low knee shield. I actually just had my first guest on my channel who pretty much taught an entire workshop on his little system, how he destroys the low knee shield. So I'm going to link the low knee shield guard videos and passing video in the description below if that's a topic that you're interested in. Today we're going to start a new segment, and I'm going to try to wrap up my entire system into one video. I know I normally make things in segments, but this is something I think I can cover in a video. So you can think about this as like a mini workshop. For those of you that have followed along on my journey, or for some of the students that are watching from afar that I've taught or rolled with me, you guys know that I am obsessed with knee on belly. Knee on belly is my preferred position to control a lot of people. Knee on belly is the position that I submit from most often. Knee on belly is kind of the position that I establish a lot of passes from. And so there's various reasons as to why I establish things and do things from the knee on belly. So I'm going to talk about those in the video instead of rambling on in the beginning here. But anyways guys, if you want to enhance your knee on belly like crazy, stay tuned because I'm going to teach a bunch of submissions. So let's get into it. So first let's talk about knee on belly positioning. Let's actually turn your head here. So I'm going to be in knee on stomach, right? When we're in knee on belly, there's different ways to play the knee on belly. There's the old school, like, I don't want to say this because it might sound rude, but I've heard the term like the Brazilian way. I don't know if that's true at all. But there's the way where you're kind of mean about it and you're kind of pushing your knee into the center of their solar plexus and your knee comes here and you're kind of pulling them up and stuff like that. I never play my knee on belly with my knee pointing vertically. Almost never. I never point my knee vertically like this, meaning up. I'm always horizontal. So my knee is kind of going across his belt line. Let's actually turn like one more. So I like to put my knee across the belt and I like to hook the outside of his hip, if you can see that. That's typically the knee on belly I play on high level guys. So kind of like this. I love knee on belly so much, I even play like a hybrid knee on belly side control where I am like this very often. Because I feel like my knee can keep his hip away. Okay? So assuming I'm in side control, the reason that I love knee on belly is because I'm a light featherweight competitor. And you guys need some context to understand why I do this. I'm very small. I'm not very strong. My whole game is mobility based. So I learned from very early on in my jiu-jitsu career that I'm not the type of person who's able to pry submissions. What I mean by pry submissions is if I'm here with Ty and he's inside, I can't force his arm down that well. Realistically speaking, right? There's weight classes for a reason. I can't force myself to get a Kimura from this position for the most part, right? Obviously take it with a grain of salt. But what I can do is force my opponent to expose himself by creating movement and implementing mobility. Those are two core concepts that I try to achieve in almost all of my jiu-jitsu, right? I want to create movement and have mobility so that he exposes himself so that I can get things with minimal exertion, right? So I'm here and I'm in side control, let's say. My opponent's very shelled up. He's not giving me anything. So in order to start attacking, I oftentimes will go to knee on belly. An indicator that I can go to knee on belly is if I establish a pass and he's not freaking out and he's just staying like this, he's not focused on escaping. He's focusing on defending, which means that I'm going against a player who is not offensive, which means that if I go to knee on belly, he's likely not going to freak out. So what I do is I control the belt or the outside of the hip with my right hand. I can control the inside of his collar, or I can just keep my hand on the mat and I pop up to knee on belly. Just like so, hooking here. One of the first reactions I get when I pop up on knee on belly is that the opponent sees an opportunity to escape, so what does he do? He pushes on my chest, just like this. Now, I want to also talk about the fact that this reaction can come in different transitions. So all these reactions that I'm going to show you from popping up from side control or from dismounting when I go off mount can also occur while I pass, and I want to talk about those concepts later in the video. So when I pop up and he pushes on my chest, I'm going to be able to go for a near side armbar. Whether my foot is hooked or whether it's on the mat, I oftentimes play both. With good players, I keep my foot hooked because they're more dangerous, but with white all the way until black, if they're more recreational guys, I'll play knee on belly like this because I know I can stay secure and he won't retain guard. When he pushes, I'm going to control his sleeve right here, and I'm going to force him to turn onto his shoulder as I slide my right foot up his ribs until I hit his armpit. His armpit is going to act as a wedge and it's going to stop my foot. So I do this. So if you see, my right foot is hooking. This is very, very important to become successful with the near side armbar. All my weight is on my right elbow. If you need to, you can use a hand assist and put your hand on the mat. whatever you're comfortable with. I also moved my chest out of the way as I slid my knee across his ribs and up to his shoulder. Now at this point, I would latch onto his wrist. I would go wrist to wrist, elbow tight. Okay? My left leg will then walk up and over, heel to the ear, knees pinched tight, and I can finish here. Or I can fall at an angle. I don't want to fall all the way there, and I assist him in his hitchhiker escape. So what I see with a big mistake with this near side armbar, the two biggest mistakes I see is the foot is not hooked, so it's down low, the leg is too far up, and they fall at an angle. I'm already facing this direction, so if I try to fall towards Ty's ear, he could hitchhiker escape as I fall. Boom. I have now given my opponent the escape. This is probably one of my best submissions. So I'm here in the knee on stomach, I popped up, he pushed, I grabbed his sleeve, moved my chest out of the way, right, hugged his hand to my chest, and now I lock up. Left leg is gonna walk over. Guys, in this position, I'm kind of floating on my opponent. I have nothing on the mat right now. Okay, like I said, you can use a hand assist to learn. This is a very quick move. I'm demonstrating it very slowly so you guys can really capture all the details. But this move happens so fast. I'm hugging tight, my leg comes over, and like I said, guys, I clamp tight, knees pinched, I can finish here. I do not fall at an angle towards his ear. I fall right down towards his knee, his right knee, and I control his pants and pull him to me like so. And I get the finish right here. Now he tries to hitchhiker. Very, very difficult. Very, very difficult for him to hitchhiker. And I'm able to get the submission in the transition. Now, common question that I'm sure some of you will have is, what if he throws his leg over my head? Guys, he will break his own arm because I already have the extension. This only becomes an issue if Ty has hand-to-hand connection. If he has hand-to-hand connection and I have to break this grip, yes, his leg will distract me from breaking the grip and it will hinder my ability to do so. Right? He throws his leg over. Now I have problems. But if I already have that grip broken and he throws his leg over and pushes me, he's going to break his own arm. When I was a blue belt, I actually had 3 matches stopped because the guy was doing that and he started to yell as he was trying to push me. I kid you not. It was in Florida at like a local tournament like Copa Grappling, and I hit like 3 near side arm bars that day. So again, we're here. I'm in side control. I pop up to the knee on belly. He pushes. Okay? And now look, I grab his sleeve, whatever I can grab, force my foot up, hook his shoulder, grab, leg over, knees pinched tight, fall at an angle, grab his belt or his ribs, and get the break. Now, like I mentioned before, this can happen in transitions, right? I can be here, X pass, knee on stomach, he pushes, and I get the finish, right? That's more real time, guys. It's a much quicker move. So that's our first move, the near side arm bar. Now, our next move is going to be the far side arm bar. So again, let's go back to our hypothetical situation. Let's turn this way. I'm in side control. My opponent's not being offensive. He's being purely defensive. I'm not strong enough to pry anything, so I pop up to knee on stomach. This time my opponent was better. He didn't push on my chest, he pushed on my knee. That's a good reaction. He's trying to attain half guard. But what happens? He makes a small hole between his elbow and his rib on his far side arm. This hole is going to allow me to attack the far side arm bar. In attacking the far side arm bar, I'm going to have an opportunity to establish literally my entire sequence of side control attacks if I don't get the near side arm bar, which are Kimura, wrist lock, far side, back take. Those are the 4 things I go for, and I almost always get them from here, and I'll show you more ways that I get them. So he makes this little hole just big enough for me to get the underhook. I grab his arm, and right when I get this underhook, left hand's going to come to the mat on the same side of the arm I'm underhooking, and I'm going to pull my opponent off of this shoulder, like so. Now if you notice, my knee came off simultaneously as I pulled. I was on my toes, very heavy, so I could continue to push into him if necessary, and I was at an angle. So again, he made this hole, I'm here and here, like this. Guys, my elbow sucks into his stomach, super tight. I see people do this, where their elbow's too deep. That's really bad, guys. You're giving him a good overhook to pull you back down, right? He can pull me this way, and then I have issues. So I want to keep my elbow tight, right? I'm cupping his tricep. I'm on my toes, and now look what I'm going to do, guys. There are several things you can do here, so it may be a little difficult for me to break it down. The first thing that you can do is go straight for that near side armbar. You can do so by bringing your left leg around his head, keeping your body low, like this, and then doing a 180-degree change of direction. So I'm facing here, I'm gonna face here. Now, the biggest mistake I see when going just for the far side armbar is you come here and you stand up. Too much space, guys. When you go for the far side armbar, you step here and you turn very slowly. One thing that helps you, or not slowly, you turn very low, is to switch the hand controlling the arm. So in this case, my right hand is underhooking. When I do my 180-degree change of direction, I'm gonna switch my left hand to control. So here, I'm gonna lift up just a little bit and switch the left hand, watch. My hand posts, okay, so that I have base. I tighten everything up, and I fall. Now I immediately go for the Kimura grip. There's a method to the madness. The reason that I switched my left hand to go inside rather than my right is because I can switch to this Kimura grip, and now if he tries to hitchhiker, he can no longer hitchhiker. The Kimura grip will prevent the hitchhiker, right? He's just gonna hurt himself if he continues. If I don't have the hitchhiker, he can start, if I don't have the Kimura grip, he can start the hitchhiker. Exactly, so if I'm here and here, he tries to hitchhiker, it's not gonna work. Now look, I just pull back, go double up, and I get the armbar. So that's our far side armbar. So again, I was here, I popped up, pushed on the knee, I underhook, and right away I push on this side of the mat and pull him off his shoulder like so. Now look, I step over, lift up, switch the left hand in, 180-degree turn, fall to the right hand for base, fall down, control, get the Kimura grip, prevent the hitchhiker, and then go for the arm lock. From this Kimura grip, we can also attack the wrist lock. There's several different things. So again, I'm demonstrating these moves very slowly, but they happen quick. We have the near side, we have the far side. So we're here, he pushes, I go here, here, and then I go for the finish. So guys, I mentioned that almost all my attacks from side control come from that sequence. So let me show you what I mean very quickly. This video is dragging on to be longer, so if you're still with us, don't forget to subscribe, because I'm really going through my entire system here. So look, I go to knee on stomach. He pushes on my knee. I get this underhook. I find the mat. I pull him off. Okay? Now, if the guy's better and I don't think I can just armbar him, I still do everything the same. I step the left leg over, lift up, switch the left arm in. This one's free, and I go for my Kimura grip. So let's turn. So we end up in this position. Okay? Now, in this position, I can obviously go for the Kimura, break the grip, turn, right? I can come up, go for the wrist lock. There's a lot of things. But what I like to do on good guys is go for the back. So I'm here, his shoulder's off the mat, so he's very exposed. So now I can take a big long step, inside wrist tie, seat belt, high knee position, and attack the back. The back is the most superior position in jiu-jitsu, in my opinion. So again, we were here, he pushed on my knee, I came here, did this switch. Look at the switch, guys. Here, and now look. My head is on his shoulder, my chest is low, I'm on my toes, he tries to push back into me. It's very difficult. Maybe he makes space for a hook. Hook comes in. A lot of different attacks, guys, but you have to know the starting point. And the starting point is that far side armbar. And again, like with the near side, I can do this when I hit the X pass, or when I hit any pass. So look, we're here, we're fighting, I pass, he pushes on my knee, I go here, come up, maybe I go for the Kimura, maybe I go for the armbar, maybe we go back in time, I can't break his grip, he's too strong, I step back, and I go here and start to attack the back. But it all stems from there, right? A lot of times, I'm not as good at attacking from the mount, so something I do just to give you food for thought on how much you can implement these. Let me go mount tie. I'll be in mount, right? He's all shelled up. He's not giving me anything. What do? I lean forward, lighten up my legs. I dismount, come here, he pushes. Boom, I found my place, right? Sometimes when you're in mount with guys that are stronger, they try to overhook your arm. Go over. Yeah, like this. This is bad if you don't know what to do. I come forward, dismount, pull, and I start to attack, right? Sometimes you're passing from half guard. You can even implement this stuff from side control. I have a good underhook. Come up. Knee cut. I have the underhook. Boom. Boom. All the same sequences of attacks from so many different places. So I can't emphasize enough how much you can use these attacks. I was actually going to show you even more submissions, but you know what? We'll save the chokes for another video, because I do want to talk about baseball bat, cross choke, Ezekiel choke, a bunch of different chokes, but this video went on very long. So again, if you're still with us, props to you. Please like and subscribe, guys. I literally make this content to try to help you guys, and this is a video I was excited to make because this is literally like my whole submission system, right? I'm sure my students are watching like, I've got Aaron figured out now. Because man, I look for that underhook and that near side armbar from everywhere. Every transition. Even people that know it's coming will still give it to me because it's so instinctive for them to do these movements and give you that position. So guys, if you like this content, one more time, like and subscribe. Thanks to my friend Ty for sticking with me. I think this is my longest video to date now. So if you guys liked it, go on and master these arm bars. Guys.